Welcome back to Ranting Politics Headline Updates. We've got an absolutely packed show for you today. And trust me, you won't want to miss any of it. Coming up, we're diving into some explosive news from Russia, quite literally, as a top nuclear defense chief meets a shocking end outside his Moscow apartment. Then, we'll break down the drama at ABC News, where a $16 million settlement with Trump has left one of their biggest stars fuming. But wait, there's more. We're heading to New Jersey, where mysterious drones and missing radioactive material have everyone looking to the skies. And if that wasn't enough, we'll wrap things up with San Francisco's latest head-scratching decision that has everyone talking. Their new fat positivity expert hire that's raising eyebrows across the country. So buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride through today's biggest stories. In a dramatic development out of Moscow, Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, Russia's top nuclear defense chief, was killed yesterday when a bomb hidden in a scooter detonated outside his apartment. According to AP News, both Kirillov and his assistant were killed instantly as they were heading to the office. This wasn't just any random attack. The 54-year-old general had been under sanctions from multiple countries, including the UK and Canada, for his role in Russia's war in Ukraine. And here's where it gets even spicier. Just one day before the bombing, Ukraine's security service had slapped criminal charges against him for allegedly directing the use of banned chemical weapons. A Ukrainian official, speaking anonymously, has claimed responsibility for the attack, calling Kirillov a war criminal and an entirely legitimate target. They've even released video footage allegedly showing the moment of the explosion, with two men leaving a building seconds before a massive blast filled the frame. Kirillov had been a thorn in Ukraine's side since 2017, regularly holding briefings accusing Ukrainian forces of using toxic agents and planning radioactive attacks, claims that both Ukraine and Western allies dismissed as pure propaganda. The SBU claims they've documented over 4,800 instances of Russian forces using chemical weapons since the invasion began in 2022. This assassination marks another in a string of targeted killings of prominent Russian figures, from TV commentators to military bloggers. And Moscow's response? They're treating it as terrorism, with Deputy Security Chief Dmitry Medvedev vowing inevitable retribution against Ukraine's military and political leadership. Though some Russian military bloggers are trying to pin this on the US, American officials have firmly denied any involvement in the attack. Source for this story: the Associated Press. ABC News has agreed to pay Team Trump for defamation. According to reports from the New York Post, ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos is absolutely livid about the settlement. Sources say he's apoplectic and humiliated about being forced to apologize for incorrectly stating that Trump had been found liable for rape during an interview with Representative Nancy Mace. The settlement includes a $15 million donation to a presidential foundation and museum for Trump, plus another cool $1 million for his legal fees. And get this, the deal came down just one day before Stephanopoulos and Trump were scheduled to sit for depositions. Talk about cutting it close. Inside ABC News, morale has reportedly hit rock bottom. Staff members are furious about management keeping a tight lid on coverage of their own settlement, even though it was front-page news everywhere else. Adding insult to injury, this comes right after a wave of layoffs across all departments. The timing here is fascinating, folks. Industry insiders are suggesting that Disney, ABC's parent company, wanted to clear the deck before Trump takes office. They're speculating that CEO Bob Iger was concerned about potential impacts on other Disney departments that fall under government regulation. As part of the damage control, ABC's overseer Deborah O'Connell made a personal visit to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump. Meanwhile, Stephanopoulos, a former Clinton aide, has gone dark on social media, even deactivating his X account, where he had over 2.3 million followers. Talk about a costly mistake, although according to sources, the network's insurance is picking up the tab. But the real price might be in credibility and internal morale at one of America's major news networks. Something strange is brewing in the Garden State, folks. We've got mysterious drones flying in grid patterns over New Jersey, and now there's missing radioactive material in the mix. Let me break this wild story down for you. Belleville Mayor Michael Mellom has raised eyebrows by suggesting these mysterious drones might be searching for something specific, namely a piece of missing radioactive medical equipment. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission confirmed that a cancer scanning device containing germanium-68 went missing during transit from the NASA Cancer Center in Newfield on December 2nd. Here's where it gets interesting. The shipping container arrived at its destination damaged and empty. Now, before anyone starts prepping their nuclear fallout bunkers, the NRC says the amount of radioactive material is minimal and poses no serious threat to public safety. But the drone situation has grabbed national attention, with even Joe Rogan weighing in after a viral video from drone expert John Ferguson suggested these aircraft might be trying to smell something specific. The FBI reports they've received over 5,000 tips about drone sightings in just the past few weeks, leading to about 100 serious leads. The feds are finally taking action, with Homeland Security and the FBI deploying drone detection technology and infrared cameras. But they're also trying to calm fears, saying many reported sightings are actually just regular aircraft, legitimate commercial drones, or even stars being mistaken for drones. The Biden administration continues to downplay the situation, with National Security Council spokesman John Kirby insisting there's no public safety concern. But with thousands of reports flooding in and local officials like Mayor Mellom raising alarms, New Jersey residents are demanding better answers about what's really going on in their skies. In a move that's raising eyebrows across the healthcare landscape, San Francisco's Department of Public Health has just brought on Virgie Tovar, a self-proclaimed anti-weight-based discrimination expert, as their newest consultant. Tovar, who literally wrote the book You Have the Right to Remain Fat, will be advising the department on weight stigma and neutrality. For Tovar, who's called San Francisco home for nearly 2 decades, this gig is what she calls an absolute dream come true. She's made quite a name for herself as a plus-size Latina author and Forbes contributor, tackling everything from size-inclusive holiday celebrations to what she calls fat phobia in modern television. But here's where it gets interesting. Tovar's approach to public health is raising some serious questions. She's been vocal against traditional medical metrics like BMI and has even pushed back against classifying obesity as a disease. In corporate training sessions, she's advocated for completely removing discussions about food, body size, and exercise from workplace conversations. Just recently, she made waves by publicly refusing Ozempic, the popular weight loss drug, arguing it wouldn't address the root issue of weight bias. Her consulting work has already reached some pretty big players, including the Seattle Transit Agency and UC Berkeley. While the exact details of her role with the health department remain under wraps, this hire represents a significant shift in how one of America's most progressive cities is approaching public health policy. The department hasn't responded to requests for clarification about what exactly this new weight-neutral approach will look like in practice. And that wraps up today's whirlwind tour of headlines. From a Russian general's explosive demise in Moscow to ABC's multi-million-dollar settlement with Trump, mysterious radioactive drone hunts in New Jersey, and San Francisco's bold new stance on public health, it's been another wild day in the news. Remember to keep up with all our latest updates and hot takes by following us on X at RantingRP and visit rantingpolitics.com for deep dives into these stories and more. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep questioning everything you hear. Thanks for tuning in to Ranting Politics Headline Updates. We'll catch you on the next round of headline-catching news.